Hey, I'm Steve Krenz for Guitar Gathering. Welcome to this lesson on how to play hammer-ons and pull-offs. This is a technique that is used all the time on guitar, from beginning to advanced playing uses these techniques, hammer-ons, and then the opposite of it, which is pull-offs. So what these are is this simple move, a hammer-on, where I'm picking one note, but by placing my fingers in another spot on the neck without picking, I'm able to get multiple notes with it. So let's see how we're going to practice this. So here's the first thing. We're going to talk about hammer-ons first. So grab your guitars and let's go ahead and we're going to look at the first example here. So we're going to put our first finger up here at the 5th fret on the 1st string, okay? So you're going to be right here. So put your first finger there. And basically what's going to happen is that the 2nd finger is going to go here at the 6th fret, 3rd finger is going to go on the 7th fret, pinky's going to go on the 8th fret, all of the 1st string, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to, while this 1st finger is hanging on, I'm going to really whack down that 2nd finger. So I don't just place it there, I really, that's what it's called, a hammer-on. You ever seen hammers inside a piano? They really hit the string. So that's what we're doing, going from 1 to 2. Now, you could, it's probably best if you keep your 1st finger down while 2nd finger is hammering on at the moment. Now, how this is notated on your thing, I put the tab staff there, and how they're notated in music is you have a little line, a little curved arc between notes, and sometimes they'll even put an H there to indicate it's a hammer-on, okay? So you just try that with me. We're just going to go from 1 to 2. And really hit it. I mean, just really nail it. Okay, 1 to 2. Hey, let's do 1 to 3. So this is going to be, our 1 is still on the 5th fret. Now we're going to go up here to the 7th fret with our 3rd finger. And let's do that a couple times. Now, the only other option is 1 to our pinky, 1st to 4th finger, and now 4th finger is going to be on the 1st string at the 8th fret. You do that with me 2 more times. And you try, the goal is, I'm not picking that 2nd note, but I'm trying to get him as strong as he can be. Now, he's obviously not going to be as loud as a picked note, a note that you're picking, but you want to try and get it as close as you can. So if you just set it there, it's not gonna really make good contact. You've got to really hit it strong. Okay, let's try it again. Let's practice again. 1 to 2 is first. We're going to do it 3 times. You ready? Here we go. 1 to 2. Do it again. 1 more time. There you go. Now 1 to 3. So now it's first finger to 3rd finger. Ready, go. We'll do it 3 times. That was 1. That was 2. That was 3. Now we're going to go from 1 to 4. 1st finger to pinky. Ready, go. Do it again. 1 more time. Now, remember, good hand position. While we're talking about this, you got to have good hand position when you do this, or it's just not going to work. So what do I mean by good hand position? Well, these 2 fingers are coming straight on. This finger's kind of angled in. This finger's angled in. I got a little bit of airspace right here. So it's not, I'm not gripping my guitar neck like a baseball bat with my thumb over the top. I'm not all curved off to one side with my wrist up like that, okay? I want my wrist down. I want my thumb, he's just hanging around back here, maybe peek it over the neck just a little bit. And the main thing is I've got a flat, if I had something in my hand, it could hold it because it's not angled up. Okay, that's hammer-ons. Okay, hey, let's do them on the. We did them on the 1st string. Let's do them on the 2nd string. So now go to the 2nd string. There you go. 2nd string, 5th fret. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing. 1 to 2. We're gonna do each of these 3 times. 1 to 2. Ready, go. Do it again. Here we go. Try and get that second note as strong as you can get it. You're doing great. There you go. Now let's do 1 to 3. Ready, go. Hold it there. One more time. Good. 1 to 4 now. Okay. Okay. Great job. Okay. So if you look at the second example there, that is what we just did there. So let's take a look at the second example. And this time, instead of doing each of these 3, we're going to do them each 1 time. Okay? So, oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, take a look at the second example here. So we're going to go back to the first string, and we're going to go 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3, and then 3 to 4. So now we're hammering on with the other fingers as well. So here we go. Take a look at this one. We're just going to go right from one to the other on this one. Here we go. Back on the first string. Back on the first string, sorry. 1 to 2. Ready, go. Okay, now while holding 2 down, you can release 1, and now we're going to hammer on to 3. While holding 3 down, we're going to hammer on from 3 to 4. There you go. Okay. Now we're going to take a little pause here. Now the only other combinations there are these last 2 shown on that line, which is 2 to 4, which we haven't done. So let's do that one. This will be second finger to 4th finger. Ready, go. Okay. And then the last one is 3 to 4. Okay. Those are the only combinations there are for hammer-ons. We did them all. We did 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 3, 2 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 4. That's as far as they go. So let's do that line again. Let's do that one line again. So we're going to go 1 to 2. Ready, go. And now 2 to 3. Now 3 to 4. 4 is your pinky. That's going to be the weak finger there. So it's natural that you're going to struggle with a little bit more with that one. Now let's go to 2 to 4. Okay. And now the last combination, 3 to 4. Okay. So between all of those, we got them all. Okay. 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 2 to 3, 2 to 4, and 3 to 4. Okay. Those are all the combinations, and you can do those on other strings as well. All right, that's basically the technique. Now let's see how we can use it. So let's say we're doing a pentatonic scale, a regular old pentatonic, maybe an E minor pentatonic scale. So something like. Okay, so let me show you that pentatonic scale here first. So we're going to start on a G. We're going to go down here to the second position. We're on the 6th string, so we're going to put our second finger on the 3rd fret at the 6th string. Okay, so make sure we're going to start on this G. Okay, second finger though. So we're going to go, this is a different shape of a pentatonic. You may not be as familiar with it, so let's take a look at it. Second finger, and then 4th finger, and then 1st finger, 4th finger. Okay, so do that much for me. Second finger, 4th finger. Now 1st finger, 4th finger. Then another 1st finger, 4th finger. Okay, and then 1st to 3rd. And now these last 2, don't worry about memorizing this. I'm going to put it on the screen here in a second. It's going to be 2 to 3, 2 to 4, and 2 to 4 on the last 2 strings. So the second string, 2 to 4. The first string, 2 to 4. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Okay, I know I don't have a little chord block for you yet, so let me just walk it to you before I put the exercise on the screen. So we're going to go second finger on the low G on the 6th string at the 3rd fret with your second finger. Okay, 2 to 4. and then you go 1 to 4 on the next string, 1 to 4 on the next string, 1 to 4, excuse me, 1 to 3 on the next string, and then the last one are 2 4 2 4. You're doing great. We're gonna do it one more time. Starts on 2 4. Ready, go. 2 4 1 4 1 4 1 to 3 2 to 4. An E minor pentatonic scale, okay? Or a G major pentatonic scale, same thing. Okay, but now we're going to put exercise 3 up there, and we're going to add just whatever the open string is before all of those and make it a 3-note pattern. Let me show you what it sounds like first. So it sounds like this. One more time, it would sound like this. If I did it a little bit quicker. One more time. One more time. Sounds like I'm doing really fast stuff. Actually, I'm only picking 6 times, 1 for each of those 3. So what am I doing? We're just adding an open string before this pattern. So I have an open E and then 2 and 4. So just do that move first. This is the first one. Do it a few times. Open E and then second finger G, pinky on the 5th fret. Good. Now we're going to add the next one to it. Okay, so that's the first one. On the next one, we're going to go open A, first finger on the 2nd fret, and then pinky. Okay, 1 to 4. Hammer on. So I'm hammering on actually from an open string. So let's do the first 2. Open to 2 to 4, and then open to 1 to 4. Ready, go? Okay. Now the next string is just like you did just before. Still open, and then 1 and 4. So now we're going to do 3 strings. So start back on the first one again. 2 to 4 first. Then open 1 to 4. Then open 1 to 4. Then open 1 to 3. Then open 2 to 4. Now, I'm saying the finger numbers. Okay, now on your screen you see the tab numbers as well. So that's another exercise that you can do with it as well. Remember, you can always come back to this workout, work it on later. You can even slow it down by checking that little gear icon on the lower right-hand corner of your YouTube screen. So there you go. That's another little exercise. I can do these with pentatonic scales. So let's take a look at the next one. This is the 4th example now. So now this takes you through another pentatonic form that I'm going to guide you through. Okay, so now this one, we're going to shift from this shape up to the 5th position. So we're going to put our first finger at the 5th fret. And this one's easy. You're going to go 1 3 1 3 1 3. 1 3 1 3 1 3. Okay, and now add an open string before all of those. And hammer on. Now, if if you're on an acoustic guitar with action that's pretty high, hammer-on's going to be tough because there's a lot of pressure that you're going to need to push against that string. If you're on an electric where the action is real low, that action, the distance between the fretboard and the string is very small, then the string doesn't have to move near as much, and it's going to be a lot easier to do these. So if you have a guitar that you've got, high action on it, these are going to be tough, and pull-offs are going to be even tougher. So these work better on instruments that have a lower action on them. So just be aware of that. All 1 3 1 3. Okay, so just do that. We're just doing the first three little combinations there. Now at this point, I'm not doing any other muting or anything like that. I'm just when I'm playing the string that I'm playing, of course the finger down is causing the note to sound, and when I take it off, then the note stops. So I'm not really hitting the other strings at this point, so I don't really need to mute them. But if you did, you could always mute them by the back of your palm here and just kind of set it down on your picking hand to do that, to do it that way. All right, so that's some ideas about hammer-ons. Now, how you practice those is you go the exercises that we started with, 1 2 1 3 1 4, and you go through the different combinations and maybe do them on all the strings, maybe the second string, third string, fourth string, strings are getting thicker, fifth string, sixth string. And that's how you practice those, and you just kind of go through them. And it takes a while. You're gonna, if your hand's not already sore, I'm sure it will be getting sore soon. Now, but it's a small muscle. So if you do this, just trust old Uncle Steve. If you do this for about 3 or 4 days in a row, do it over the course of a week, take a break a day or two in there a couple of times, but do this, end up doing 4 or 5 times a week in a week. By the end of the week, you will have these down. Okay? So it's while you may not be able to do it the first time you do this workout, just hang with me and you'll be able to do it. So, all right, I'm gonna take you through. Let's do some hammer-on. I've showed you a couple different exercises. Now let me just take you through some things, and then we're gonna get to pull-offs here in a second. All right. Let's go back here to the first string at the 5th fret. Okay, we're just gonna work these out here for a second. Okay, I want you to go 1 2. Then I want you to go 1 3. I want you to go 1 4. Okay, let's do that again. 1 2, 1 3, and 1 4. Ready, go. Hammer that second one on. 1 4. Hey, let's go the second string. Do the same thing. 1 2, 1 3, 1 4. Ready, go. Really whacking that hammer-on finger. Third string, do it with me. Ready, go. 1 2, 1 3, 1 4. Good. Try and hold it. I've still got the pressure on. Fourth string, let's do it. Ready, go. Okay. Fifth string. Sixth string. These are getting heavy. Strong. There you go. Okay, now let's let our hand rest for a second because I'm sure your hand's about ready to fall off. That's hammer-ons. Now, hammer-ons are often used in conjunction with the opposite way, which is a pull-off. So what a pull-off is, just while your hand is resting, let me just show you. If I go back here to the first string again, and I'm going to go not from 1 to 2, but I'm going to go from 4 to 3. Now, going backwards, it's a little more complicated. I'm not hammering on, I'm pulling off. It's a completely different technique, even though the sound is the same. So with the third finger and the fourth finger on the guitar at the same time. Okay, they're both on the guitar at the same time. I'm going to pull this one down to where, give it a little tug, so I don't just take it off. See, if I just take it off, it barely sounds, nothing happens. But if I give it a little tug downward, then it sounds. So I'm plucking the first note, which is with my pinky, and then I'm tugging downward with my pinky while holding the third finger strong in place. I know it's tough. I know it. I've been doing this for a long time. But I remember learning this, and it was tough to get my fingers to do what they needed to do. So just practice it. It's just a little finger skill that after you play with it for about a week, you got it, and then you got it for the rest of your life. So it's worth wrestling with it. Okay, so let's try that together. We're going to go from 4 to 3. Okay, you try it with me. Give it a little tug. Ready? They're both of them down, but I'm going to hit that first one, the pinky, and then tug. Okay, and you're trying to get a nice good pop. Now, your fingers are probably getting sore. I realize that. The soreness in your fingers, that is actually a relatively short-lived problem, and actually in about a week or two of doing this, then your soreness won't be there anymore. Okay, now we're going to go from pinky to second. Same concept. I've got them both down. Second is holding. Pinky's going to give a little tug. So you try going from pinky to second. Okay, now go pinky to first. I'm not playing that second note. I'm tugging to give it a little pop so it sounds. So let's try that again. 4 to 3. 4 to 2. 4 to 1. Now, it's not even just that the finger that's behind the first one that's plucking is holding it nice in its place. There's almost even a little back pressure on it. So while this one's tugging down, let's say, first finger is almost pushing up a little bit to get that real good pop there. Let's go the second string. What we're going to do this same exercise, 4 3 or 4 2 4 1. Yeah, let me put the example up on the screen. This is the 6th example, so we'll skip a couple. We're going to go to the 6th example. Okay, so, and if you look at the second half of the 6th example, you're going to see, a visual representation of what we're doing here. And you'll see instead of an H over the top, hammer-on, it's got a P for a pull-off. Okay? Okay? We're going to go from 4 to 3. Ready to go on the second string. Do it again. Pinky now to second. And I'm using the tip of my finger, okay? Not the flat of my finger. I'm using as much of the tip as I can. So we're going 4 to 2. Do that a few times. And let's go 4 to 1. These are tougher. These are tougher than the hammer-ons, but don't get discouraged with them. Here's what some people do. They try them a couple times, they go, my hand hurts, I'll never get them. And that's it. Not realizing that and so then for the rest of their life, they're never playing Hammer-Ons and Pull-Offs. When if they would have just kept doing the dumb things for 2 weeks, you would have built up the tissue underneath the pad of your finger there, and you would be able to do all of these. See, what they do is they allow you to get more speed than you can, because people think that speed is in this hand, your fretting hand. Actually, the speed and the problems with getting fast is in your picking hand. It's the picking that's the problem. I just can't pick that fast. Okay, but I can pull off and pull off down these scales. Hey, let's add a little bit of distortion there. Throw on a little bit of delay. Let me kick on a little bit of distortion. So you're able to get nice and fast with them. That's the beauty of them. You start adding these things to some scales. You know, if I'm doing maybe a G scale, but I do 3 notes on a string, and I hammer on all of those. Maybe I pull off going down. Whoa, what was all that? It was a G scale, and I'm just hammering on and pulling off, and I'm just wobbling around on it. Hammer-Ons and Pull-Offs, okay? So you can apply them to different things, pentatonic scales, major scales, things like that, but the practicing part of that is just doing this little dumb little exercise, 4-3, 4-2, 4-1. Okay, let's look at the 7th example, and I'm going to show you another little trick that you can do with them. Okay, so if you take a look at the 7th example. No, this is example number 7. We're going to go 4-3-2-1. We're going to tug them all down. Just do that a few times through, just on that first string. Four to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 1. Okay, let's go to the next string. We're going to do the same thing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go to the 3rd string. Do the same thing. I know I'm kind of rushing through these because I figure your hand's about ready to fall off at this point. 4th string. Now, your fingers, as you're tugging down, they may hit the other strings. So that's where muting, it's actually used more in the pull-offs than in the hammer-ons. So you got to tug, but not too far. Okay, 5th string. 6th string. Another little exercise you can do. So you can do 4-3, 4-2, 4-1. You can do this little. Or I could do a chromatic scale on that, which is. Or I'm just offsetting those a little bit there. Okay. That's a little bit of hammer-ons and pull-offs and how you do them. Okay, let me just teach you that chromatic scale while we're there. So we'll kind of combine them both. Kind of combine them both. So we're going to start here on the first finger on the 6th string at the 5th fret. Okay, so we're going to combine hammer-ons and pull-offs. Okay, and we're going to do a chromatic scale. Chromatic scale. There's major scales, but a chromatic scale goes to for each note. So like in a major scale, you may skip 1 or 2. This one we're going to go right from one fret to the other. Now we're going to start here. We're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, going up, hammering on. Do this one more time. Okay, just 1, 2, 3, 4. The only one you're picking is the first one. Okay, now go to the next string down, but I'm going to move back a fret. So now I'm at the 5th string, but I'm at the 4th fret. Do you see what we did? I started here, and then I moved back 1 fret. Okay, and so now I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Okay, so let's go back where we started on the 6th string, 5th fret. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Scoot down a string and back a fret. Down a string and back another fret. Down a string and back another fret. Now this one we don't go back, we just go down a string. Now we go down a string and back a fret. And then up 1 more fret. And that's a 2-octave chromatic scale. Let's do that one more time. Start out here on the 6th string, 5th fret. Okay, we're going to do a 1, 2, 3, 4. Down a string, back a fret. Down a string, back a fret. Down a string, back a fret. Now, on the 2nd string, we do not go back a fret. We just stay right there. Then back a fret, down a string, back a fret. And then an extra one to get you to the A. Now, before we do the pull-offs, let me show you one thing on the hammer-ons. I know it's a lot of control that you're having to do to hammer onto that note. And so a lot of times what folks do is they start going like this. And it kind of just ends up being a but-up, 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 but-up. And that's where you start. But where we're going is to control when that next hammer-on note is, to where it's not just ga-dump, it's not just as fast as you can do it, it's in time. So I'm waiting to do it on so that I can do it in tempo. Okay. Put your pinky on the 1st string at the 5th fret. Let's go down backwards. Okay, now we're going to go backwards. 4, 3, 2, 1, pulling off. So I start with them all on, and they're all on there strong. Pinky to 3rd, 3rd to 2nd, 2nd to 1st. Okay, do that again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're going to go up a string and over a fret. So now we're going to be on the 2nd string, but we're going to start at the 6th fret. We're doing the reverse of what we were doing before. So now we're at the 2nd string, 6th fret, and now we're going to do 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready, go? Okay. Now, on the 3rd string, going down, we just go down a string, we don't move up a fret. Okay, now on the 4th string, we go down a string and over a fret. So now we're at the 7th fret on the 4th string to start out. 4, 3, 2, 1. 5th string at the 8th fret now. 6th string at the 9th fret. And then we slide back 1 more extra one for the to get back to our A. So we're going to go, now we're going to go up and down one more time. I'll guide you through it. Don't worry about it. I'll guide you through it. Okay, so we're going to go ascending first. Starting at the 6th string, 5th fret, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Next string down and back a fret. Next string down and back a fret. Next string down and back a fret. This is the one that we just stay there. Back a fret. Oh, somewhere I got off there. Let's do it one more time. One more time for me. One more time for me. Starting at the 6th string, 5th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on the string, back a fret. I think I didn't go back a fret. That was the key. The 4th string. Back a fret. Here we stay. Go back a fret. And then an extra one there. Now we're going to pull down. Ready, go. 4, 3, 2, 1. up a fret, stay there on the next string down. You're just going up a fret the whole entire time. There's some basic exercises on hammer-ons and pull-offs for you to get started with it. It's not the end-all be-all, but it's a good way to get your fingers used to doing these exercises. Your hands are going to hurt here at the beginning, but just be faithful. Just take the medicine and do this 5 minutes before your normal practice time, something like that. Maybe at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, just to toughen up those muscles there. And pretty soon, you will be able to catch those strongly when you're doing those hammer-ons and go. And you're actually able to add all this flourish to your playing. Then practice them with scales. Practice them with, here's another idea, we won't do it, but let's just kind of kick it up a notch. What if I did a C scale in the open position? C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and maybe keep going. Okay. I can keep going down too. Okay, so I'm just doing all C notes, but I'm going to start on E. And let's say hammer all of them up, hammer on all of them up, and pull them all off down. So it would be like this. We can only do 2 there. And then what if I went back down? Only 2 there. Next thing you know, you're Phil Kagi. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it in the key of G. Let me just show you how this works it again. I'm going to do the same concept. Just start as the lowest note, so I can get in the key of G, and I'm going to go all the way up. C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Okay, that's what I'm doing. But I'm going to hammer on to every possible place. F sharp, only 2 there. What if on each of those strings I just went da 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 dum? Hammer on as far as I can go and then back off. I can only do 2 there. Sounds incredibly impressive. It's just hammer-ons and pull-offs. Remember, I can't pick that fast. I'm faking it by doing these hammer-ons and pull-offs. So the payoff is really good if you get these underneath your fingers. So I'd encourage you to work on those. Try and get good technique. Don't bend your notes out of tune on those pull-offs, and see how far you can go with them. So, hey, I'm Steve Krenz for Guitar Gathering. Keep up the great work in your learning. We'll see you guys next time.